We predicted that the New Orleans Saints would draft a running back. We were incorrect on the one that they drafted. They're going to go with at least they took a running back. They're gonna go with KENDRE Miller from TCU in the third round of the 2023 NFL draft. So KENDRE Miller, obviously a guy that in the pre-draft process, he honestly couldn't do a lot. He clearly was, not at full strength. He's 5'11", 215. He's got a 30 BMI. We don't have a ton of his measurables, but we do have his production this year at TCU. He had 1,400 yards, 17 total touchdowns. He had 16 receptions for 116 yards. So, again, not offering a whole lot in the receiving game. So, that's obviously going to be something that I think they're going to continue to give Alvin Kamara there. But KENDRE Miller, he's going to get a lot of opportunity off the bat, especially if Alvin Kamara faces a lawsuit or he faces a suspension or something like that. KENDRE Miller is going to get a ton of run at first. So, tell me about KENDRE Miller, the fit in New Orleans. Now they've got a new quarterback. Tell me about the scheme.
I think he has the ability to replace KENDRE Miller. Third round draft capital.
Replace who?
I think KENDRE Miller is going to replace Alvin Kamara. Thank you.
Yeah.
Third round draft capital is very respectable. They choose draft capital is what we look for running backs to last in the offense that they're drafted in and don't get replaced the following year. With KENDRE Miller, we owe you guys an apology. We kind of slid him out of our top 24 rankings consistently at the end there going into the NFL draft, and we were wrong. We kind of got too caught up into the hype of the guys that actually did stuff at the combine and did stuff at their pro day, and honestly, they were just talking crap.
They took another tight end?
Yeah. But we got too caught up in that stuff, and we forgot about what KENDRE Miller did at TCU and his talent level, and that's why the NFL is better than us, and that's why we're not professional scouts, because they look past all that stuff. They look past the hype. They keep their head above the waves, and they draft the right guys. KENDRE Miller, clearly to them, is going to be the right guy. And I have faith in the Saints. I have faith in their scheme. I have faith in what they're going to do with him. And I think this is the beginning of the end for Alvin Kamara in New Orleans. With him, what am I looking for from a production standpoint? I think it's going to be a steady incline this year. I think they're not going to use him right off the bat. We don't really know. Again, like you said, we don't know what's going to happen with Kamara suspension-wise. I would assume they utilize him as long as they can. But they're going to slowly bring KENDRE Miller into the mix until he's going to be the dominant guy in that offense would be my prediction. So I think for an overall points per game perspective for the year, I'm not looking for anything more than 10 to 12 points per game.
Yeah, and I think that's totally reasonable. And with KENDRE Miller, what you really need to talk about here is that, this is going to change that into the first, early second range again, because that range is wide open. KENDRE Miller is somebody who could potentially slide into the end of that first round. He's a running back that's gotten semi-respectable draft capital like you saw with Dameon Pierce last year and James Cook, and now he could slide up and potentially move into the late first. How early are you comfortable taking KENDRE Miller in? Yes! Dude!
Let's go.
The Colts just drafted Josh Downs, so I'm a Josh Downs.
We're going to go crazy on that one.
All right. How early could you see yourself taking KENDRE Miller?
With his draft capital now, I could see him going as early. He's the fourth best running back in this class now.
Yeah.
And
yes.
he has a better landing spot than Zach Charbonnet. I could see people liking that landing spot so much more than Zach Charbonnet.
I don't know how you can blame him.
He's worthy of going late first round. I think he's worthy of going late first.
I don't know how you can blame somebody for doing that.
No.
It's going to be interesting. Josh Downs, obviously, we're going to do a video on that. He's somebody that could slide up in that range too. Great landing spot for him. Wow, okay. All right, so for KENDRE Miller, his expectations for year one, like Nathan said, probably going to be gradually introduced. However, if Alvin Kamara does miss some time, expect KENDRE Miller to step in and produce. So he could be somebody that in year one is a dark horse to actually produce a little bit from the running back position as a rookie in Dynasty. So it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out. Obviously, long-term, he's going to be a good fit there with Derek Carr in their new offense. We've got Chris Olave on that offense as well. So they're just adding another weapon there in New Orleans, and it's looking like they're going to be committed to getting him some run. And very interesting. We didn't know how these running backs with Tyjae Spears, Devon Achane, Izzy Abanikanda, KENDRE Miller, Chase Brown, all these guys, we had Zach Evans, Sean Tucker. We didn't know how these were going to sort out. There have been not a ton of running backs taken in these second and third rounds, and now we get KENDRE Miller off the board to New Orleans. Very interesting. We like the landing spot. We knew they were going to draft a running back, and this is going to be a good one. This instilled some faith in us for KENDRE Miller, so you should listen for the draft capital. All right, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've got stuff coming out all night tonight, tomorrow, and all off seasons. There's going to be so much to talk about with these rookies now. There's just unlimited content here. So make sure you're subscribed as well. Really appreciate you guys watching. We're going to keep doing these videos. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you later.